So saddle up for something, it's crypto o'clock. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wandering these pixel prairies, hunting Bitcoin ghosts, double dips and bull traps, who even knows? Stumbled on Road Dawg's den, charts glowing dim, nightly at 10:30, where the weirdos swim. Harmonics whispering secrets, risk game so quaint, meme coins leaping fences in this digital paint. Bitcoin and Jesus croons from the speakers low, all coins whimpering softly, putting on a show. So poke that like if you're bored, join the dog parade, super chat your nonsense, make the chat cascade. Member up for the shimmer, alpha drip so slow, subscribe or don't, whatever, let the boredom go. Rounding up the oddballs in this crypto charade, Road Dawg Crypto, yeah, where plans get unmade. Plans unmade. Plans unmade. Tunes like Buy Me a Vet, dripping honey sweet, road and Tudo to twirling on Solana Street. Chart school doodle signs, giggles in the grind, rants on governments fading, chats on weed unwind. Mystical mumbo jumbo, flare that's half asleep, Degens and misfits, clustering secrets they don't keep. Why hover on the edge, super chat your plea, remember keys to nowhere, join the apathy, like spark a tiny flame, crowd swell so mild, in this dog days roundup feel vaguely beguiled. Poke that like if you're bored, join the dog parade, super chat your nonsense, make the chat cascade. Member up for the shimmer, alpha drip so slow, subscribe or don't, whatever, let the boredom go. Rounding up the eyeballs, yeah, Road Dawg or something.
It's astounding, markets fleeting, madness takes its toll. But listen closely, not for very much longer. I've gotta keep control, or by the dip you know. The big Ourbit.
I was chasing highs, just having a trade, when a bull of a coin gave me that pump parade. He shook me up, he took me by surprise, he led me this way, and he led me that way. Really quite absurd. Me a crypto bird, Satoshi's calling, having the night, FOMO's dancing, turning wrong to right, being on right. It's just a hard L to the left, and then a FOMO step to the right. Crowd sway with your wallet trust that really drives you insane. Let's do the Bitcoin warp again. It's so encouraging, it's so seductive, it's so delicious. Fast moonshot me, baby. Let's do the Bitcoin warp again. Full frenzy roar.
Rocket, where's our moonshot?
Well, I was mining blocks just to having a thing, when the fork of a guy gave me an evil wink. He shook me up, he took me by surprise, he led me this way, he led me that way. Through the blockchain maze in a bearish haze, rug pulls twisting but we twist back twice. Pump and dump, party, roll the dice.
Batter on dice.
It's just a hotel to the left, and then a FOMO step to the right. Wildest way with your wallet trust that really drives you insane. Let's do the Bitcoin warp again. It's so encouraging, it's so seductive, it's so delicious. Moonshot me, baby. Do the Bitcoin warp again. Infinite road. Let's do the Bitcoin warp again.
Warp again. Infinite roar.
Let's do the Bitcoin warp again.
In blockchain.
Blockchain.
Satoshi's fleeting,
Sell high?
Nah, hotel through the night. Rockets glitching. Markets twitching. Feel that?
Bill roar began.
Bitcoin warp again, eternal ten, all the left, FOMO right, wallet thrust, let's warp again, eternal ten, all the left, FOMO right, wallet thrust, let's
Woke up to a green candle. Thought it was Christmas morn. Check my phone at the bus stop. Portfolio reborn. Mom said, put it in premium bond. I said, Mom, you're adorable. Now I'm refreshing charts in the loo. Feeling deplorable. Yeah, brilliant. They said, just hold, darling. The moon is on its way. But the moon's got a mortgage and it's late on the pay. 'Cause the bull run is a fairy tale. Once upon a time, then they rang the closing bell. Big hands in the castle, small hands in the well. The bull run is a fairy tale. Go to hell. Tambourine hit plus faint, oi? September used to sparkle. October wore the crown. November brought the gravy. December wrote it down. Now every month's a guillotine. The charts are painted red. The wheels are doing pilot's ace while we're financially dead. They said, buy the dip, my love. It's only paper cuts, but the dip's a bloody canyon, and we're running out of guts. Classic. The bull run is a fairy tale. Glass slippers, just a margin call. Size 12, triple L. They're gobbling up the Satoshis. We dropped when we fell. The bull run is a fairy tale. Go to hell. Tambourine hit plus faint, oi? Once upon a block, there lived a little lamb. Then the wolf bought the abattoir and rebranded it to Fi. Terms and conditions apply. 8 bars, wonky synth, the treasure is like a slot machine, panic attack. Beep boop, sold. Retails on the group chat, typing when Lambo in caps. Darling, it's pronounced Lamborghini. Captains going down with the ship, still saluting the collapse. Institutions in the VIP, sipping vintage beer with the confetti on the floor that they vacuum once a year. The bull run is a fairy tale. Happy ending got delisted. Chapter 11, retail pale. They're stacking sats in bunkers while we're flocking off the grail. The bull run is a fairy tale, and we're the cautionary tale they tell. Shh. Once upon a wallet. Once upon a wallet.
Ladies and gentlemen, join me for the ringing of the cowbell ceremony. Welcome to Road Dawg Crypto. The show is about to begin, but first we always start out with grabbing our ding-a-ling.
The end.
Let it rain. You sound a little flat. Perhaps we need to break out the big boy. Nothing like a little cowboy bound to wake you up in the morning and then wake the entire house up. I told you, I turned it down. Don't wake the baby. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating. The show is about to begin.
Next pump makes them last. Forms go quiet, we sparked a new fire. To the moon evolves higher and higher. to a roar back. Try to stars, we stack them in the comeback track. Strategies been we fix and reform, chasing sides.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frogs and squirrels, welcome to Late Night Crypto with Road Dawg as we take a look at the market and say hello to everybody here. Got the stack checked up right there. I guess we're actually rolling out a little bit late here. We got our timer set. We're going for an hour show, not a 2 hour, hopefully. Gosh, this turkey can do some talking. We got Chris Klein in the house. How's it going, Chris Klein? We got Floki's Angels. How's it going, Floki? Always love that. So shout out to you guys for being first. And for that comment, well, that comment never gets tired, never gets old. All right. We got Strega in the house. Ave Medina. Jay Flores. The Cooters. Long live the Cooters. We got RS Miller. How's it going, RS? Mr. Miller? It's Miller time. We got PML or PO. It's all these acronyms I'm exposed to in crypto. It's just about time that I trip one up, right? PMO, how's it going, PMO? Sorry that I botched your name, your title there. What are we listening to? We also got Dave P in the house. Shout out to Dave P. How's it going, Dave? Ars Miller says, I haven't learned that code yet. Oh my God, code. Anything other than old basic, I'm pretty much lost, or some basic HTML. John Gregory. All right, I think we got everybody mostly here. Thank you for hanging up. Smell this, what? That's crazy. You would wait till I go live and then you start doing all that, right? That's all right. Hey, everybody. Hey, let's come back and take a look at the charts. That's what we're here for. Watching Bitcoin. This is on the tiny 3-minute area right here. And the best thing that I can say is the thing to put the brakes on the drop, it's a slow drip down that we had there. Was it slow drip? There's a moderate drip. It just like wouldn't stop. It just had momentum. It was like, are you gonna stop? No, I'm gonna keep rolling over. Kind of like some syrup. Yeah, kind of syrupy drag down. That's not, I don't know, that's kind of faster than, well, I take that back. Some syrup's kind of liquidy. Not that we're trying to get on a topic like that, but you ever had that maple syrup you pour over and like it just soaks up in the pancake salt? Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna go with syrupy kind of drizzle down here, catching something here, catching some traction here on the yellow line I have, which represents a 618 Fibonacci. We're going to double check that. And so we can get some support here. The question is, will it hold? Starting to see some nice signs here. This has got to change the music. That's, what are we listening to here? Really? I thought we changed all that. No? We'll just get some of this music started. All right, so we're catching traction here. We got a W pattern there. We're kind of curving up and everything. And, you know, small time frames, mind you. Looks kind of promising that we found maybe a possible local bottom. Doesn't mean that we can't, you know, go up a little bit and then come down back here to retest. Or go to some lower targets. So let's just get that clear out of the way. So what we need to do now, in my personal humble opinion, here is a turkey on YouTube, is come over to the weekly time frame. And the scary part is the 50 moving average that, you know, our candle is below it. We're well below it. We're down here at this yellow line, that yellow line. While I'm here, I'm going to erase some of these other lines over here because I think they're just in the way. We'll keep this big, that red one there. Don't need that little one. Don't need you anymore right now. So we'll kind of strip it down to bare bones and go over this fresh and anew. So that $100,000 area is where a big 236 Fibonacci area was. That'd be the first rung on the ladder down from the top after we pull from the very bottom at 15,000 onto the high that we had at 126 or whatever it was, right? And so that was the first stair step that we were hoping maybe we would catch some traction and then going up and hopefully take out the higher high. The Heikenhashi candle says that it's still a possibility and that this still can be one of the biggest fake outs in a Bitcoin history going on right now, and a lot of people falling for it. That's what the chart says at the moment. Okay, it's there. But the downside, let's look at what we need to look at to confirm or deny that accusation, if you will, or that hopeful statement. But the weekly does tell us that's a possibility. And right now, it looks bad on this candle. It looks horrible. If you're looking at the Christmas tree channels, you're like, oh my God, it's over. I'm going short, full short right now. And it's common to see that narrative get more and more prevalent as fear sets in. And we know that fear is set in because it got down to 15. Somebody, right here. Somebody posted it. Gigi had her CoinTrends bot to pull it up. You can do all kinds of things with that CoinTrends bot. It's pretty cool. It gets a lot of. I need to use it. I don't know why I don't get in the habit of using it for my research. I should. Extreme Fear at 15, which historically has been one of the best places to actually buy and get into Bitcoin because it can usually rebound from here pretty effectively. So you're divided here. Making sure our microphone is on. We're divided here amongst sentiment, whether we're in a bear market and or if this just is big flush out. And some people just might be thinking, well, Bitcoin's just losing some momentum. Well, it's definitely losing some momentum at the moment, but I think it's more manipulated than anything. I really do. The bigger picture things, we got this basic trend line that we started here. That was from, see, we're on the weekly. That must have been from a daily. Let me move you out of the way. Let's tighten this one up. So we're going from, we've already done one curve here. I don't know if you can see this, but this is a progression of the angles of our market. This is where we started when our first real touchdown and we established a trend line. Then we just went ballistic. All right. And now, so we don't need that one anymore, but it's falling right around this 200 weekly moving average. So 200 weekly moving average is at $55,000. You know, the crazy thing is if we come down and we bounce off of the 50 moving average, I'm not saying now, I'm saying like a year and a half from now or something crazy like that, we're still bullish. That's still bullish. Kind of crazy. We were bullish on Bitcoin the last time until we hit 23,000 and got under it. All right, so now the purpose of what I'm trying to do is just straighten up that trend line. And that is really encapsulates the area that we're at. So, okay, we're building a case here. We're building a case study here, an argument. Where is our support? And if we can find our support, maybe we can get a hint on what she's planning on doing next. And usually, if we do have an established trend line, and it looks like every time we come down to this, we got a nice bounce of candle bodies. There's some wicks that went below it, 50 moving average, came back down, and then the wick just touched the trend line, right? Now, after we adjusted it to these angles over here, now it's just a wick, so that's confirmation. That's 3 touches right there, solid trend line. And here we are, not quite touching it yet, not on this candle. I would like it to touch on this candle. That way we can get our other candle up here above 100,000 and be above that 50 moving average again. Recover it like we have all these other times. Before the Ichimoku blasts us to Valhalla, the one thing that it's got me, that it makes me still bullish is this Ichimoku cloud indicator. One of the reasons why I have it on here. We want to stay away from it, and as long as it's thin and it's not getting thick and we're not getting sucked into it, we got a good chance. And it's still going up. It hasn't shown any red over here yet, so that's good for us. And so far we can bounce and ricochet and go up. If we're looking pattern-wise by local action here on the weekly, we've got some series of mostly wicks here on this bottom trend line. That's where we're at right now. So this yellow line that I've got here, from the low that we had at 70, was at 73,000. When I pull my fibs, I like to pull my fibs, and because they're fun to play with. I play with my fibs all the time. It's probably a bad habit, and I should probably stop doing it. It's getting harder with all the hair growing on my palm over here on this mouse, but we managed to survive here. I do it for you guys, though. All right, so right here, a retracement back down to the 618 Fibonacci. From this aspect, yeah, that can hold. This is our most bullish argument that we got right now. This is our most bullish argument. That maybe 94.2 is that little support that we need. Now, we look to the left a little bit, which we should always do. And I don't usually go into this much detail about this stuff. But right over here is a very interesting area. A little, you call it a possible support. Well, now I would call it a... Well, we broke up through it. We probably go back further. No, we probably can't go back further, can we? This little range here, this little distributive range here, we came back and touched the bottom areas of those candle bodies right over here, lining right up with this 618 area. I thought that's it's not. If you can look to the left and see there's a lot of stuff going there that could act as support. That's how we should interpret that, right? A little block, big old block right there, and then all we could do is whip to it, and that's it. I mean, except if you're listening, you're looking on these candles, you're like, oh my God, we're there. What are you talking about? It's about over. So what's so cool about Heikin-Ashi candles? They'll take some of that out of you too. Heikin-Ashi candles are really great for help you to identify the trend and the strength of the trend, and they're just very little different. You get used to it very easily, but you don't get all the red, green, bullish and bearish. You don't get that. You get the overall sense of the trend, and that's good. It stays that one color, right? And whether it has wicks on the bottom of it or not, that tells you something. But Heikin-Ashi candles do things a little different. Each candle starts at the middle and goes from there, just a little different. But when it comes to patterns, they're your friend. Comes to trend lines, they are your friend, and I think they give you more accurate information than the other candles. So if you're looking for that little tweak to maybe help your accuracy on some things, it might be as simple as going to Heikin-Ashi. I'm just saying, throwing it out there. 13 people are hanging out with me on a Friday night. We're looking at the market, and then tonight I'm going to go into why we can sit here and look at all the things that are down and everything, or we can look at the things that are working. And I've got a list of coins that are working. And so I suggest that tonight we look at what's working instead of trying to keep playing what's broken, or hoping for what's broken, or trying to catch the next shiny thing. This is where the money's at. This is where the money is focusing, and we should be focusing on it there if we want to make the money. It's that simple. So if I can get a hell yeah and an amen and bless you Jesus in the chat, I would appreciate it, and we will continue with that route. Meantime, we do have this is a crowdfunded show, but I do have some sponsors, and Bag of Glass is our current sponsor.
New bag of broken glass and scorpions! Now with 50% more paint!
Awesome!
It's shards, it's stingers, it's totally collectible! Each bag packed with genuine breaky bits and real life. Road Dawg Crypto, yeah, we on the ride.
And our attorney, just for quid pro quo.
Crypto cowboys, moon or alimony bags. Subscribe to Road Dawg Crypto now. Like or bear eats you. Better call Road Dawg.
All right, so that's fulfilled my contractual obligations other than, shilling my OnlyFans footsie group, where if you want a private room experience with your favorite buttery turkey, especially on this Thanksgiving holiday, but you can't touch, and no sharp objects. All right, that's a rule. Okay. My OnlyFans footsie group, famous footsie group, will scratch that itch of my fungusy looking toenails with toe jam included. Yeah, I'll even leave the hair on there, pointing toward the proper suggested hypothetical entries and exit targets for your Bitcoin plays. Thank you. Okay, let's get on with the show. This is the weekly. We got the 9 crossing the 21, and that's a no-no. But we've been here before. We've been on this radio before where they come down and try to scare us out, and they do such a good job, and they start stopping us out, and I've gotten stopped out and had to for risk management, and all kinds of things. It's not been a fun ride. It never is a fun ride, but the ride gets better. At least for the people that are expecting that ride to come. The people that are not, and the people that are expecting things to keep going down, miss out on that ride and have to chase that ride and get in late. Now, for people that are in the market every day and a lot, you know, they can get on quicker than not. But for somebody that's not paying as close attention, yeah, they're missing out, and they got to chase a little harder and a little heavier. I do not think this bull market is over, but the tops will feel a lot like that, I do think. I do think, because it's hard to tell when you're at a top. It's hard to tell. But the bear signs we gave us that we counted on, we went right up and did a new all-time high. That was amazing. They are playing this market like a fiddle, because we have got the big boys that have been chomping at the bit to get into Bitcoin for years, getting their hands in every little sly way that they could, but now they have the methods to do it, right, and to regain that control of Bitcoin. And this is their opportunity to do it. And they're doing it, and they're very good because it's a less regulated space, and so the things they can't do over on the legacy side, on the Wall Street side, and on the regulated side, they've been able to get away with murder over here for what they've been in, and especially even still now. So what we're facing out here are basically Bitcoin robbers. And I guarantee you that while Bitcoin is down and everybody's crying bear market, they're out here soaking up Bitcoin because this was their grand plan anyway, to get it under 100,000. I would say it's probably become more of a game for them just to get it down to 100,000. Probably sitting in boardrooms laughing off their asses about their little, you know, plan techniques of when to perfectly execute these things. We'll wait till everybody gets real bullish in October, and we'll mess with their heads in September, make them think October is going to be just the one during this global adoption Bitcoin cycle, and we'll do the old slam bam, thank you ma'am, and then we'll try to get them up again a little bit, then we'll slam them down again in November. I don't know, that's just how I pretend that it's going on in my head. That's what I see. And I think it sounds fitting for the dirty bastards. And the worst thing you can do is actually capitulate. And if you had been one of the Degens that never got into Bitcoin, because a lot of you are, I've been there before the cycle before. It's like, nah, well, altcoin, they tell me that's the best thing. Was it? The best thing was to do was go to Bitcoin. We got the evidence here to prove it. On the portfolios that we've got held, in the paper trading portfolio is the best one to prove it. Too bad it's paper. But if you don't have any, maybe at these good prices, it's a good time to at least, if nothing else, dollar cost average into Bitcoin, so that you're not left out and left holding the bag on some of these other projects that, you know, maybe have already seen their day for a lot of time. But we got some curious things I want to discuss with you tonight, because usually in 2017, one of the things that did kick off altcoin season, I mean, everybody's looking for altcoin season to come with Bitcoin, and that's not really historically how it's happened, right? The real altcoin seasons happen after Bitcoin usually tops out. So if people do think that Bitcoin is topping out right now, you think they'll be pouring over into certain altcoins? I believe that they are, and I think they're a winning set of altcoins that are worth talking about tonight, and we've talked about some of them before, and you probably got a few of these. These are the strongest plays. That's what we're going to get into tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me. 24 people. Now we're growing, and now we got a decent sized crowd before we start getting into the meat of things, right? All right, so we're bouncing off a 618, and the best thing that we can hope, this is going to sound overly bullish to a lot of you. You're thinking, you're just a perma-bull. And my chart pattern idea, to me, it's invalidated. Maybe it's still within range. I don't think it is. I think there's a possibility of something else. Let me lay out the two scenarios that we're looking at here, that I'm looking at. I think we should do that because I almost forgot to do this one. All right. So that 618, that yellow line that we're bouncing off is based off of this right here, right? And we take the other ones and we came down, this been 0.5s usually, a 3, you know, it's really climbed up the ladder if you think about it. And a sequence almost. Let me see. From our this might be worth taking a look at. I want to solidify it. I haven't checked this in a while, but I believe there is an actual visual progression here. Here we go from swing low to our swing high. There, it was the 382. And I want to mark these so I can maybe remember this idea. If I color code them right. 382s lead to some good strong actions. That's where you'd ideally want to bounce for any kind of flag idea, flag play, or anything like that. If it's above the 382, and you know, can't say doesn't break a trend line, because that could be good. But if it's above the 382, you got a real good chance, right? And here's a flag here, but I'm sure it went probably a little bit lower, didn't you? Okay, here we come down to the 0.5, and I think we're going to see several instances of that, right? But that's excellent. Impulse move, come down 50%, and then take off, right? Next one, from that low to this next high over here. It was still the 0.5 that we hung out from, but we lost it a little bit more. There's a little, you know, didn't quite get the 618 there, but a little closer to it this time. It went below the 0.5 over here, if I remember right? Just a little bit, lagging below there, but not quite the 618. And then we got the one that we're on right now. And is that my fault or your fault? Whose fault is it? Sloppy there. I didn't get the top there. All right, so our 0.5 for this one actually is where this red line is. Remember that red line is from the bigger pull. It's the 236 areas, like this area here in scale. So here's our 0 line at the top, and then our next ladder down to 236. That's what this is on the bigger scale. Now, what we're going to look at is this 382 area, not this one here, but on the bigger scale. That's the thing that I think is important. It should be this line here, 84,000. That's why I got the red line and the green line there. And so if we are going to do something bullish, and we do end up coming down more, that would be one of the areas that we would look for to hopefully get a bounce up. And a lot of people will be calling for head and shoulders ideas and all that stuff. I think they already are on some ideas. But 85, and some people are looking at the what's 84, 83, 85 area. I think it's more closer to 84. 83,738 is what I'm getting on this particular chart, on this particular pool. But for us to come down there, we could still, that's still bullish. Bouncing off of the 382 is really where you want to see it bounce. So until we get below a 382, I can't really think that we're in a bear market. That's just, we're still in bullish territory. We're not bearish overall until we get lower than the 0.5. And even then, you still got the rules where your 618 could bounce 57. I think it's going to be, when we do go into bear market, I think it's going to be an interesting one. I think we're going to have a different bear market for Bitcoin. Altcoins are going to have the same sucky ass the bear market that they've always had, and half of them will die off like they always do. That's just a fact. That's why you don't want to hold them. You don't want to hold a lot of these altcoins during the bear market. Please don't be one of those people saying, I'll just hold it the next season. For altcoins, usually not a good one, not a good idea. The only one that I can think that I would hold during a bear market, because it was at bear market lows, STX because staking it gives me Bitcoin rewards. Something like that will be working and generating Bitcoin. Yeah, okay. By the way, if you have an S21 Bitcoin miner, you would make about 3 times as much mining with that, with all the cost, as you would staking your STX. I had to do a deep dive because I compared it to having a Bitcoin miner, but it'd be like a very inefficient one. But it does give you a return. So I do like stacks. As a side note, but getting back on topic, we're talking about 84,000 and the likelihood that it could, but if it does, it breaks this trend line. We don't want to break that trend line. This is one. We don't need this line anymore, do we? We can use it. I want to anchor it right over here, and I want to take it up to this candle body. And that's the trajectory that we're on, or should be on. Did we lose it? Yeah. But we're still on the candle here on the weekly. It can close back above that line. Now that's at 106. And we see ourselves get back to 106. We will be back, or was it? Yeah, about 106, 105 and a half. Clearing the top of this area over here, the little box kind of area from the left that we seem to be testing here with these wicks. There's a chance that we can recover from this. So that's probably the most hopeful news that I've seen. I haven't seen much hope out there on any of the shows I've watched, and I haven't watched a whole lot of anything today, and I'll be honest with you. So maybe there is, but I see some hope here instead of just total doom and gloom and it's all over. But there's some things that, we got to be cautious and make sure we're not going to roll over there or whatever might happen. But there's an argument to be made, a case to be made, that this is part of the big shakeout. And it's the perfect time for it. And then when money printer does go burr, at some point it's going to have to. And when the shortages of Bitcoin, the halving, effects from the halving, are really starting to squeeze in, even on the big money, as they try to accumulate, or there's just, it's not there. Well, no, that's all the miners made today. We want more. We have money. We'll pay for it. It's not there. And that leads, I think, to a lot of dirty games sometimes where, you do get these market flush outs because you get that cheaper Bitcoin. Anyway, that's the idea that I'm looking for. But we are at a 618. And this is crazy. There's several targets, but let's just go ahead and let's get the bullish one out. We could be doing an AB equals CD, and it should be taking, and it could take us up to 146,000. And I would expect, as much sell-off has been here, that when they start taking it off, there'll be a lot of chasing, and we'll get some fast action if that's going to happen, right? Ain't happening this weekend. It is Friday going into the weekend, and they are making it look very attractive for Bitcoin right now and for altcoins. So don't fall for it, but be cautious. I would still be working on getting paid. Got a lot of good trading opportunities going on this weekend. I think we'll take a closer look at the indices and get a feel for that. But we do have the target, and I want to paint you right here as a target. You should be a 618 area there. And we're going to pull out our OFIBs. From high to low. And there's your target right there, right? We also definitely have got to do the square root of high. Because mathematically that one just vibrates very well with price action. I'm also looking for this 1.382. But it is right here at 139, and you're like, you're on crack, Road Dawg. No way, it's a bear market. What confirmed this bear market? What confirmed it for you? Did we take out this low here from our trend line? Did we break a trend line? Our major trend line? What confirmed it for you? We're below the 50 moving average. We are at the moment. We haven't confirmed it. So nothing's been confirmed. But everything's being front run. And those front runners, whether you're right or wrong, whichever side, if there's bear market, the ones front running the bull market, front running a long, well, here's your ass. Front running a short, here's your ass. It's the perfect setup for these market makers. This is how they get paid. All right, so that's what we got on the weekly. I'm coming down to the daily. Here we are, 40 minutes in. Oh my God, we're not even off Bitcoin yet. Now, there are some bearish warning signs over here, but there's also some bullish ones that probably wouldn't be seen by most people. The 800, 600, 360 moving average. I know we're below the 200 and getting the death cross and all that stuff, but did you know when the death cross happens, a lot of times we go up to meet it? A lot of times when that death cross happens, but I've seen some people, there's a lot of people talk about this too. They're not privy. Death cross happened here, and we were in consolidation. That's when we actually just, right after it crossed is when we spent a few days and then we started recovering. So it might be hairy down here for a minute, testing this, and it might even wick a little bit lower down to the bottom of the trend line. It's got some fuzzy wuzzy areas over here. Could maybe get 93 out of this on short term. Right now, it seems to be respecting the hell out of this yellow line. Now that I'm done with the bigger time frames, I'm coming back to the 6 minute, so we can get the nitty gritty on what's going on with all this bullish divergence happening over here on our indicators, and it trying to catch something here. So yes, I do believe it can catch something. And now I want to make you dizzy and zoom out, and we're going to put some guidelines over here. Now what we got to do is just use our fibs to get the areas that it needs to get above, that it's likely to go to, and we got so much confluence that we are going to retest this area right here. So if I had to predict anything, I would say that 100,500, 600, we're really more about 100,600 on this chart. It's a 0.5 on many levels here, on many fibs. That's where all the confluence, and that would be it. We also, right now, have got this trend line here, which suggests, I'm on a time frame. It might be a little fuzzy, but it suggests that there might be a possibility of a bearish retest and rollover here where we almost are at, and the corresponding fib-wise, that is this area here at 97, 100, 200. So we need to definitely get past that. We got to see that. That's our first goal. If we can't get past that, well then, hello, lower tier. Yeah, well, we got some areas around 93, but these guys down here are on the radar if we can't get past that. And you can say it's the same thing as 100,000 if we can't get past that one. So we might be seeing something like this happen. Might be coming up and testing this and rolling over. It might be making a double bottom scenario over here. I would say that's very likely to try to happen here at 618. Especially on the weekend. I don't think they're going to dump us on the weekend. Weekend ain't got no money. They're actually wanting some Bitcoin here. Y'all ain't got no Bitcoin. Y'all ain't buying none. Well, they're buying it, making it look like you are, but it's you see the volume here, how the volume's trickling down? Yeah, that ain't real. Can you see it? Where's it at? You got rising price there, and your volume down here is this way. It's slanting down. Price is starting to go up, and then where it peaked, the volume's coming down. So it's not genuine price action here. It's not like people just, it's time for me to buy the Bitcoin now. It's them backing off on the sales over this weekend, enticing the buyers, the traders, to buy higher. It's the carrot in front of the donkey just to get us to move forward. That's exactly what they're doing. They're holding the carrot above us, and that's what they do. They lighten up on their sales, and they get underneath and start pushing up some buys. And like, oh, there's a lot of people trying to buy it here. Solid wall of support. Yeah, I think they know something. Yeah, we're getting ready to explode. And explode, I don't think is the correct word, but as long as you know that, you got to play. And you can ride along with them. So, you know, when they're going to get off the train, you need to get off before they do. Probably be your best option. And everything's pointing right here. Now, if we are able to get up there and do that, if we start connecting these lines on the local pattern, we've got an opening broadening pattern by our trend lines here. However, I like this little space here, so I'm going with those. But like at Lofset, you could look at it that way, more of a channel. We've got some resistance right ahead. Corresponds with that area we just talked about right there that we got to fight through. So we're got to struggle at 97 and get past 97. I think we got a clear shot to 100. Got to see what we do there. This pattern has a 70% chance to break up. It doesn't mean it's going to the moon, but we might get to the next area of resistance, which appears to be about 104. So by my analyses, my featherless friends, we're looking about 97, hopefully to 100, and maybe as possibly as reclaiming 104. And if you're underwater in some things, maybe that will help. And so I guess what I want to get across is they'll make it scary, and when you get scared, you make decisions that you wish you hadn't made, or you look back and say, "Oh man, they got me." It's not as like they got you, like they came and liquidated you. It's more like you got yourself because you anticipated what could have happened that didn't happen, trying to catch it before it happens. But it didn't happen, and something else happened. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody's done it. We've all done it. It's part of the game. But the only way that you can navigate that is try to have some clearer sight on what the charts are saying and the possibilities, right? And I think that's one thing that I really tried to bring to this channel is these kind of scenarios and opportunities here. All right, so that's what we got there, and now I'm going to come back to the chat because I was gone too long. How's it going? Me likes double bottoms. Woohoo! I'm back green on BTC, says RSpec. Hey, congratulations. I say, Jay Volley, is she here? Hey, Jay Volley, how you doing? Yes, we are sponsored by Good Ass Coffee, which is not active at the moment. There is a because I saw it on here. There is an ad somewhere. One like the Good Ass Coffee. This show is brought to you by Good Ass Coffees. What you need to keep you up all night. Works for me. I shouldn't drink it. But hey, it's Good Ass Coffee. It's good and ass at the same time. For those of you who suffer relationship problems at this critical time of the holiday season, I'm sorry, God bless, but...
She gets house, I keep Abe. Fair? No.
All right. Chris Klein says, I love STX. I like it too. It's affordable right now. I think can get to $2 or $3. Reminds me of the scene of Pulp Fiction. Oh, that's cool. You guys have access to that, right? You should. I mean, I was under the impression that you could. I have not been over there to change anything around or anything. I was trying to program it to do something fancy and it did not work. Grok told me it would work and kept lying to me and telling me it was working and would work. Oh, no, this will work. No, okay, this will work, guaranteed. I'm like, stop over-promising the number to deliver. We got an argument. Now I approach Grok very differently. I don't argue with it. I just ask it to compare to evaluate its own performance. That. Yeah. You got to make it evaluate its own performance. I found. Help me. Grade yourself. How did you do on what I asked you to do? Show it the results, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll try to do better. All right. So let's take a look, if you don't mind. I want to take a look at others. That represents our altcoins. We can look at total 3, but if we want to get in the nitty-gritty of altcoins and get all the other major influencers out of there, we want to look at others. And we're at $240 billion right now. Ooh, look at there. Is that a possible bottom pattern right there? Possible inverted head and shoulders or triple bottom, depending on how you want to look at it. They all fall in the same category, so, you know. Just saying. Here's how I look at it. Well, I mean, I was taking that into consideration too, but if you extend this trend line down, because they go forever. Trend line lasts forever. It'll last longer than your marriages will, a lot of times, the modern marriage. All right. Retest, come back, retest again. Sucks when they do it this way, but it does, right? But to me, I see a complete 5-wave structure with an ABC correction. Elliot, do you have that? I gotta get Elliot. Oh, yeah, see. You do see it. Look at you, Elliot. All right, sometimes we don't agree on everything. And we're at a 618. This is actually a good setup. This is actually... okay, there's no... I mean, other than being under this bigger trend line, which maybe we'll have to take a look at that, zoom out and see how important that one is. This is not bad. You can actually now, I feel a lot better now connecting these guys and looking for the channel idea. And looks like we got something going on over here. That's a little weird, but how far do we need to take you back? We got a possible idea going there. We got 3 touches right over here. I'll go with that. And it also goes up with our juicy targets. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get them over here. So, Road Dawg, are you getting bullish on us? I didn't think I was bullish tonight. I really did. I thought I was just neutral. And I've de-risked a lot of my altcoins and everything with layered stop losses. And I'm only went back in heavier on the ones that I had some conviction on. The other ones are just sitting there maintaining. And I got spot margin plays. It's kind of like spot, but with a little leverage on it and enough that, you know, is really not a whole lot of leverage, but even not a whole lot of leverage can get you in some trouble sometimes. I think in the general leverage is just as bad when you're not on the right side of it. I'm going to throw out my coin request, but I cannot promise that we will get to all of them tonight. But because I've got a pretty good list. I've actually got a list of about 10 coins that are strong against Bitcoin. And I don't know, did I ever see anything? Are you guys interested in that? There's a 111 there from Strega. All right, let me go ahead and get into it. So we're looking at others just to kind of see the strength of altcoins, and we're making the argument here. That's a yellow line, right? I didn't change it. Yeah, we got the same. Yeah, we got. Oh, yeah. Don't forget you. Don't forget our good juicy target there. Why'd you put that one on there? Why did I put the green line on there? Because that's where our measurement takes us. And when I measured it, I didn't even get it all. I didn't get it all nice and pretty, I don't think. I missed a little bit of it, and that's why the Fibonacci's are so good, because they're mathematical, whereas measure moves are kind of visual. All right, so we got a lot of stuff to work our way through, but it does look like we're headed. We got a good chance to see some good altcoin plays. I don't think all of them will be good, but I think the ones that we're going to look at starting now will be. So let's get into the altcoin plays. Of course, it's no surprise, and we're looking at Zcash, but we're looking at Zcash against Bitcoin. Because this is where it matters. If you're not winning against Bitcoin, you're in a losing situation, and Zcash has been doing it. Now she's very high right there, and I do not like these plays where you buy the tops and buy higher. But that is a play, and there will be people do it. If it breaks that level, they will jump in. I don't like that play because usually when you're up there. I mean, I'm always looking for the rejection points. So when the people get in, I don't think they're thinking about these harmonic areas here, these extension areas here. that would be coming into play. Because when you get a higher highs, they go a little higher and they come back. They go a little higher, they come back. They go a little higher, they come back. They go a little, yeah, there's a sequence to that. And the fibs help you determine that. So, this one's already had a nice run, and most of it's happened within today. So if you've been in Zcash, and we talked about it a lot, even if you're on the cash side of it, maybe some of you are, maybe you got some Zcash positions, this is a good time to be trying to take profit into the Bitcoin pair. That's what I'm trying to get across to you. It's not the best time to get in this one now. She went on a tear today. But why are they picking this one over the other ones? Well, the money, I think the smart money understands tokenomics of 21 million coins versus something that's got 40 billion. I think that's why you see this one going off the charts instead of XRP. XRP's just been hanging around 240. It's just been on a slow burn down for the longest. A lot of that has to do with how many coins it has. However, all the ones that have 21 million or something even less than 100 million, they're getting the action. So if you do have Zcash, you might want to look, because if you, there's a chance that you've made up to 50% of Bitcoin value there, and that would help your Bitcoin bags to grow. Next one we're going to look at is one that I always accuse of being a $50 stablecoin and a $75 stablecoin and a $100 stablecoin, but it's QNT. This one's got an ISO 222 narrative behind it or whatever. Not many. Let's see, CoinEx has got you on Bitcoin pair. So you might have to sell into dollars and then go buy Bitcoin with it, okay? But it's the same thing. But you would be better off, better served to put it into the Bitcoin. This is it against Bitcoin. I'm going to go to the 4-hour. QNT, so lately, since the end of November, just 10 days ago, it hit its low against Bitcoin, and then it started taking off. This is there. I wouldn't touch it with your pecker, or your wings, or your turkey breast. I wouldn't touch it with nothing. And then there she goes. Interesting. And it's still in a good range, I think. So QNT might be one. It's one that is winning against Bitcoin now. It has not been one of my favorite coins to play at all. There's a nice little spike up that happened that day. That did 100%. You need to double your Bitcoin on that play. It said that we got a breakout, a falling wedge, and I think we got a.
Blocks keep building, the networks alive, decentralized dreams where we all
We already got one target. We'll be a little conservative here. It is QNT. And it's got some good tokenomics, but I don't know. It just never did much of anything. Supposedly, it's got some good ties and some good fundamentals behind it too. But sometimes in crypto, that don't mean too much, does it? Doesn't mean as much as one of those damn NU coins that has a funny picture with it. 40 to 60% possible in this one. It looks like it's trying to confirm a breakout here. You draw a bottom trend line on this one. But QNT, 0.000858 Bitcoin to get one, and you could sell that one at 0.0024, and you would have 40% more Bitcoin out of that transaction. So if you had $100 worth of it, you bought basically one QNT, because I think it's less than $100. You would have $150 worth of Bitcoin by the time we get up there, pretty much. Those kind of plays. Another one, now I do like this one. This is Aave. Not the guy in the chat, but this is the Aave, the coin. KuCoin's got you on a Bitcoin pair. Here on the daily, she's still in a pretty good little spot. Aave, I think dollar-wise, this one's down to about 180 right now, and we're at the bottom of the trend line. This is against the Bitcoin pair.
Bitcoin shaking, I trace the charts line. Patterns taking shape, stealing my time. Accounts alive, dancing with the trend. Crypto's my map, guiding to the end. Oh, girl, let's move slow, read the rise and fall. Every shape we chase, answering the call. I'm in love with the shape of you. We bend and break like the market's view. I'm in love with the shape of
I've got confidence between the bigger 618 and the 786. That one's a great target now.
Follow my play, shape of crypto, light in my way. Oh, shape of crypto, take my day.
All right.
I'm in love with the shape of crypto, rising high where the patterns flow.
So it looks like he's trying to make a double bottom against a trend line here.
Triangles, I hold the line. Way old shape making a mind.
Would you come down?
Counts my guide, riding the waves design.
That wick makes this a little tricky. I got to put you on here. We haven't been down here before, but you did hold this one pretty well.
Slow, read the rise and fall. Every shape we chase, answering the call. I'm in love with the shape of you. We bend and break like the market's view. I'm in love with the shape of crypto, rising high where the patterns flow.
That's about 5%. It could come down and wick down there to that area, 0.00175 area. It's at 0.001853 Satoshis right now. But if we bounce from this area, say from where we are, we come back up to our first target, right where the 100 moving average is now crossing the 200. And we went over this many. I try to talk about this a lot, especially the 100 crossing the 200. About 2 out of 3 times, you will see price go back up there and touch that 100 moving average. So it's a bearish cross, but yeah, and a few of the other larger moving averages, when they cross, you will see the opposite effect of what they're expecting to happen immediately. Now you still get that effect. It's just not when you think it's going to be, right? Everybody, I guess everybody's trained to think, oh, it's going to cross and then it's going to shoot us down. It crosses, we actually 2 out of 3 times go up, and then we kind of go sideways or whatever, right? Until we figure things out. And just the fact of getting back up there could be enough to kind of be the momentum we need to start climbing out of here, right? Making a higher high and everything. So it could be one of the first steps. So coming back up to the 200 moving average, that area where the 100's crossing it, I think you get a signal there that has a likelihood to happen. And doing so would give you what percent from where we are? 25%. So yeah, you buy you buy $100 worth of Aave. And then when it gets to the first target, you got almost $130 worth of Aave in Bitcoin terms. Or it could be even more dollar-wise. I'm just trying to give it relative. If Bitcoin were to stay the same exact price, you would have like that much more. You get you're getting 27% more of your Bitcoin. Maybe we should say that. If you put 0.01 Bitcoin in here, you get 0.013 almost. Maybe I should explain it that way. If you put 0.01, that's a lot by these terms now. I remember when it wasn't a lot. Now it is. Stupid. Should buy more. Should have held on to it. Famous last words. 50%. You could get 50% return on your Bitcoin. 0.01 turns into 0.015. Sounds like a winner. And if this game's all about stacking sats and stacking Bitcoin, this is the time to do it. You can put this into play now. And I don't think we're really focusing on that. I think myself, I'm letting that get by me. I'm like, you're just sitting complaining, oh man, nothing's doing good, everything's down, it sucks, and all these. But there is the opportunity out here if you know where to look. And I believe this is where to look right now. Okay, we're going to take a look. Here's a meme coin. 19 people hanging out. Peppy. Against Bitcoin. Sound crazy enough? Y'all like that one, don't you? Peppy been beat. Well, Peppy ain't showing me no signs, no love at the moment. Okay, we're going to keep our eye on Peppy. I think she's it's not time for the frog to hatch just yet. She's getting there though. Can we set an alert? We probably need to do that more. Set an alert. Only once per bar. Once. You're gonna drive me crazy. You're gonna drive me crazy. No, not once per minute. We're on the 4 hour. I'll go once per bar close. All right. So we might be. So we're at point. There's 10 decimals and then 5.3. Oh my gosh, that's less than. That's cheap. How many can you get for a 1 Satoshi? My gosh. Down to, from 53 down to 47. It might still be coming down a little bit on this. When it gets down there, we want to pay some close attention to see what happens with Pepe down here against Bitcoin. And that would be the time to look to get into it with Bitcoin, and possibly even the best time to do it with cash. So if you're a Pepe fan and you got a bag of Pepe and stuff, there might be a chance here shortly when we can start seeing that gain against Bitcoin. ICP, let's look at that one against Bitcoin. And looks like Binance has got a chart for you. Let's go to the daily. This one has been outperforming Bitcoin. This one has been. This is more what I'm. Well, we want to find them. We want to find a mix of ones that are getting ready to outperform Bitcoin that haven't yet. I think we found. Aave, I think definitely is one. QNT and Wishy-Washy on Aave, I think is definitely one to look at. And then this one, once it retraces, most likely we're looking for a 0.5, depending on where we draw this from. Okay, we lost that 0.5. Let's go all the way to the wick. And we're at the 0.5. So we'll keep these two areas in mind. 200 moving average is down here too. The 21 is down here too. So we might actually come back down here and talk to it. So I don't know if this 0.5 fib will hold, but if it does, that's cool. I'm going to get some targets. Well, just to give you an idea. And we've got targets right up there. They're right in line with it. Let's say we come down here to, what is that? 4670 Satoshis. And one of our first target, oh man, it's 100% just to get up to the higher high there. It's 150% to get up to our first target area at 0.000115 Bitcoin, and 183% to get up to this one over here, and they're doable. We're recovering this ground, and it was such a big drop off here. I think we can probably do that. But this one's already popped off, and she's coming back to some retracement areas. And I think we're just slowly building a bag or whatever. A little ICP I think will do good, and if you already got a bag of it, and add more to your bags down here at these areas, well, you can have a nice little come up. So let's say 0.01 Bitcoin worth becomes 0.025 Bitcoin worth, and that's good for stacking Bitcoin. I'm just saying. It'll take some patience, but that's worth it. And even if you bought it, let's look at ICP on the dollar. You're looking at Bitcoin stuff. You got the same thing going on over here. So $6 right now, we can get up to around $13. Sounds crazy right now, right? But ICP's looking good to me. Let's come down to a 4 hour. It looks like she's going to come down here. So let's say you get in on ICP when it comes back and tests these areas somewhere around the lower $5, $4.80, $4.90, somewhere through there. Because we rarely do things perfectly in our execution, right? She's at the 618, going to lose it. Support here. Maybe she might even wick down there to that 786 area right here. I would put more faith in that happening. I'd be looking for that to happen more. So let's say ICP, for some reason, maybe it comes down to 442, 482, and you buy it in dollars, right? And then when she starts coming up here, where you just don't sell it in the dollars and say, you're like, look how many dollars I made. You sell it into the Bitcoin, and now you've got a bag of Bitcoin. Or you sell it into dollars, and then you immediately go put it into Bitcoin. Or maybe you want to mix it up a little bit. If you got the discipline, you can put a fraction of it into Bitcoin then and save the rest of it until Bitcoin gets cheaper or goes through, build up a little cash reserve from that. You got options to do here. And I think those are some options that we need to look at if we want to turn things around in this market. And so it's just where you're not getting beat up all the time, but you got options. You can kind of duck and move a little bit if you know to try to make these plays instead of just slapped in the face every damn time more Bitcoin dumps. Why? Why do you hit me for, you little wimp? All right. So we got that. I also want to take a look at Ton. Somebody was mentioning Ton last night. This isn't against the dollar. This is against Tether. I think I'll do that for the rest of them. We'll go Tether, and then we'll compare them to Bitcoin over here. What is this? I moved it. We're on the daily. Does this one have a good chance to outperform Bitcoin? Well, that's why we're looking at the chart here. On both of these charts, we'll get a definite answer here. You're a little tricky. I'm going to take this from this point here. I'm going to touch this wick right here, and that's me giving it a lot of wiggle room to do that. And we haven't made it down there. If I take it to the bodies over there, we've already did that. We've already lost that. That's probably valid. Let's just leave it like that. That's more solid anyway, and it gives us more of a goal. Gives it more of a goal to accomplish. This one may not be ready yet. That does look like it's trying to. It's doing a little scallop here, trying to roll. May look like it's trying to roll. It may be trying to do a double bottom here too. Pull our fibs from the low here up to the top there. Why are you? Some of these are hanging in limbo here with these wicks. The wicks just seem to throw everything off, but I don't. I think it's just an appearance. I don't think you can really throw the math off behind it. So we'll keep our eye on Ton. Let's see if it can come down to 167. It might, it may not. I don't see any reason for you to catch here other than, I see a trend line points toward there. When is this? Friday? We're on what, daily candle? That's the 21st. That's next week. If we were to keep that trajectory. Okay, I don't think it's time for Ton yet. Put that one on the back burner there. I'm going to put a little alert here. So we're having a little bit of luck, but not a whole lot of luck. Render. Let me see how you're doing. Oh, well, did we look at Ton against Bitcoin? That was it. Did we look at Ton against Bitcoin? That's not the important thing. How are you doing against Bitcoin? About the same? Yeah, you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. A little too early to make that calculation. We don't want to put Bitcoin into something and watch it sit there and do that all the time. We want something. We put our Bitcoin in and it starts moving. That's what we're looking for. You don't qualify. Let's take a look at Render against Bitcoin. I would rather find out if it's going to be worth looking at or at not. Why? How do you do this now? Oh, you spell it out. I'm on the daily. Okay, you got some interesting signs going up here. It's got a bullish cross of the 9 over the 21, retesting the 21 now. She might be starting. This one might be. We'll take a look. This one might be working something. This is Render. Gotta say, she on the Bitcoin chart, she's down at bottom. No, doesn't mean it's going to go straight up at all, though. That would be a longer term play, and I think I'd just go into dollars at this point. If I were trying to make this play, I would think I would buy it in dollars and sell it in Bitcoin. I wouldn't want to put my Bitcoin into it at the moment. See, this was our high, May 25. I can still see it do something within this range here, right? It might take it a minute to get out of this range, but there might be a play here. We'll take a look at the percentages and see if it's worth playing or not. We'll weed it out, see if it is. And waiting for that breakout would be a good thing. So let's try to envision this. If we waited to the breakout, which would be somewhere maybe, let's just say we got 4 zeros and 2581 Satoshis, 38%, 72%, coming up here back to this area here, 100%. Okay, maybe. So I'm gonna put a little alert on this trend line here. You know, they don't get the best price, but we can look at a possibility of trying to make the play once it's got the momentum to actually execute the move and not front run it, right? Not sit on, oh my God, it sucks, it's going, they're losing Bitcoin. Now we want to, if we wait, if you do this and wait for the right confirmations, then you'll see the number go up instead of seeing all the drawdown, right? Drawdown comes from front running. Drawdown comes when you're in drawdown, you got to make it yourself. Man, my entry kind of sucked, didn't it? I probably should have. Maybe I went too much there. Maybe I should look on how I do my entries. Unless you just got a total surprise when the market fell, but you still need to look. Why didn't I see why that some of the things you may not be able to see, but most of it comes that if you go into your entry a little bit too soon, I don't care. I'm going now, and I'll be cool. I'm cool with it. It's easier to say I'm cool with it then when you're going in than 3 days later, and you're kind of like, I'm not as cool with it now. I was cool with it now. I'm not as cool with it now. Should have waited. Damn. Does that resonate with anybody? I mean, this is just this is real life. This is what most people go through. Do you agree? Do you agree? Let's come back. So render against Bitcoin. Okay, there might be something there. What are you? Where are you against Tether? Real quick. 218. You're at 218. Yeah. All right. So render's not my very first pick over here. So far, the winner seems to be they looking really good to me. And then there's one called Sky, which I recently just sold out of and went into Bitcoin. So, because this was Maker before. Oh man, Binance maybe. So, shoot, they got a new coin on it. Let's go Sky against Bitcoin. Yeah, when she did that, I just got to hit, because it's Maker down. They rebranded, and then now they used to not have that many coins. That's why I wanted to get into it. Right now they got like billions of this, so I don't know if I like it. It does seem to be gaining against Bitcoin, and it does have a breakout if we look at it that way. 9 and 21. It's got some nice things going on. There might be a play there. We pull our fizz, we got to go from the top wick all the way down to the bottom wick, and it kind of a little different. First target we've already hit, so we can actually target each of these guys here. It's a possible. I don't know. Did I sell out of all my Sky, or did I hold a little? I tried not to sell completely out of everything sometimes when I make those decisions. But I might have, just on the basis that I don't agree with changing the rebranding and all that. That's a possible 21 to 30% gains. That's not worth the risk to me. I think there could be better. Let me come over to the chat. So Zcash, she need to pull back, but that one's been the clear winner, and it's just recently done it, right? Zcash, and I don't know if we're looking at it. This is it against the look. It's at $700. It's the harmonic pattern. Yeah, that's what. Your harmonic sucks on Bitcoin. Yeah, my harmonic idea has not played out for Bitcoin, but it gosh darn did for Zcash. She's doing beautiful. She got past the two main targets, that the harmonic traders go for, the 382 and the 618. And she's already come up to the actual pattern targets, which is the C and A lines. They just look for it to come up and retest those guys. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't get into pulling the fibs. I don't know. This like after it gets the pattern complete, I'm not really seeing much of them go with as far as determining what's our next target. But that's okay. I got you covered. I need to clean this little sucker up a little bit. Get some of these lines off of here. That is beautiful. I'm sorry, but we got to take a picture of this. This is awesome. Our main target up here is 876, so that's what I'm looking for. Right? Just right off the rip before we can get into more details here. This thing has went from down here at the bottom of D, and yes, I want to count that because that's the area we're looking for where to go to start working on getting in, right? It's up 60. It went up 76%. So it's nice to see when we come across something that actually played out and did what the chart said that it should do if we're reading it correctly and not trying to force anything, or let a bias get in, because all those things can interfere with how we read our charts and how effective we are at it. We gotta be careful about that. I try to do that. So we're going to come over here to the chart room area, to the bandy wall, and we're going to post this little guy. We're nailing bears against the wall. So if you weren't looking for an idea like that, or even had a concept that an idea like that was there, I mean, you could be looking at support resistance and hoping or everything, but just knowing about the possibility of these harmonic ideas, whether you do it this way or the other fib way that you'll see me do here on the show, it gives you a little bit of an advantage. Other people, they see an M pattern and they're taking a measure move from it, and calling for, way down here to 340 or whatever. But it doesn't do it. It does something totally different. It comes down a little bit, but it doesn't do the M pattern thing, right? Yeah. That's what's cool about it. All right, Smart Ethel, where are they going? Where are they going? I don't know where it's going, but I know where that if it keeps going, it can bump its head in. And usually when it bumps its head in the wall, you can actually shake some coins out of it. So we want to rack its head up against these walls here and see if we can take some money from it. We're working on these higher highs here. Mostly looking for this 113 area right here. And maybe we can squeeze on up to our bonus harmonic area. Right up here, 849. Sounds crazy at the moment, but until that one day, they come back and say, nailed it. Knock on wood. Zcash looking strong AF in both dollar and Bitcoin. This is on the dollar. I guess we need to put these new targets out over into the extra trade setups. So anybody who happens to be in Zcash looking, well, can I squeeze some more out of it? I think so. higher targets to squeeze out of our bags. Does not mean jump in now. I mean, some people make an argument to do it, but because you're at reversal areas 113. They'll pull back from here before we get up to these other areas. It's already made its little percentage up. It's already made its little 10 to 15% up higher than its last high, right? They just want to go for a little bit. They're just good with snagging a little bit and pulling back and then making it. They're cool with that, right? So to the play where you go to the top level and jump in and then use that as an enter, unless it confirms another candle opening above there, and still, I mean, to me these are risky. To me these are risky to do this. But it is out there. A lot of people do trade that way and teach that way, and it's a play, but in my book, I just never had good luck with it. I'd always get my ass handed to me until I went down the fib rabbit hole. It's like, oh, that makes sense now. All right, well, our goal to have an hour show went out the window, kind of like Bitcoin price. Jack of all trades, send me your insurance payments. You want to take care of my insurance payments? What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm? There was a bat flying in it, but I saw it. That was funny. That cracked me up. What are you wearing, Jake? From I get it now. Okay. Give me your insurance. Good evening, Jake from State Farm. That's funny. Moga says, I got some entries that I thought were great until they weren't, and got some good ones that turned out to be exactly work out. Law, it happens. Yeah. It can. Ton was looking good till the past couple of days. Also had some new partnerships. Man, I want to keep an eye on that. That one might. Almost all alts have round tripped or gone lower. Got to be up from, well, you would think, but I wouldn't say all alts. I think you got to be a little more selective. And I think that the people that have been here, that are still here, that haven't just said screw crypto, I'm done, because I think I think they ran a lot of them out. I don't blame them. Hell, if I wasn't in so deep, I'd probably would have been out too. If I was cash hit, well, it's probably not the right thing to do, but when I look back to where my portfolio values were, February, March, April of 2024, and I looked at what they're valued at now, it clearly says, well, you didn't do some stuff you should have done, which was take a crap load of profits instead of thinking, oh man, this stuff is working out. It's really it's doing it. Yeah. Just wait, maybe 6 months from now we can be even up another 20-25%. Yeah. That apparently is what greed feels like. To me, it feels like hope and things are working, like, oh man, this wheel's actually starting to turn around. It's not stuck anymore. Oh, cool. Oh, for me, that's my greed signal. When I think, oh man, we're starting to make it. That's cool. That's always been, every time, that's always been the moment I say, look, it's actually starting to do something now, though. Look, as soon as you do that's it. Like, if you're not selling at least half of everything, then you'll probably be wish that you had. And that's my testimony for it. You'd imagine they say, man, only the greedy people get wrecked. And like, well, okay. And you're imagining, yeah, I want it all. Yeah, I'm going to keep going. Yeah, I want it all. No. Give it to me. You think that's what I don't feel that way. No, I just feel more confident about that this is working and cool. Made some good plays and things are working out, man. And gosh, man, we like 3x'd already, dude. Man, I'm excited. And I can see this could change my life. And what happened? We'll go back up. Huh? Want it? Hey. It will go back up, right? Okay. Local season's coming, yeah! Right? Oh, we should go more. Yeah. Go more, right? You said altcoin season, right? Hey, you said it was going to be altcoin season. What do you mean you know nothing but the fact of your own ignorance? That's some bullshit. No. You were balls to the wall there, mister. What? My fault? What the? You were sitting there cheerleading it on. You were clapping. But it's going up now? Really? To the flag. It got over the 1 minute 200. Yeah. All right. Oh wow, dude. Yeah. Hey, what happened here? What do you mean you've been out? What? You got out what? You got out 30 minutes ago. What? What the hell? Well, what? But it's supposed to go up there, right? That's where the line goes. The line goes up there. That's why it was the risk. Weren't we going to risk this for that? Why are you out? Well, I mean, what do you mean you know nothing about the fact of your own damn ignorance? Give me a freaking break. I don't know. I'm going crazy. PMO says, I did the same thing when we were pumping in September. I round trip like 3 bags because I actually liked the potential of the coins, but also was feeling greedy. Wow, regret that. That's just it. I don't feel what I think greed would feel like. It starts feeling like hope. And that's kind of scary because now I think, well, anytime I get hopeful in the market, I'm supposed to be taking profits. But apparently, I mean, that's what I've got to do. I thought, oh yeah, all right. I can maybe I can actually get like just drop a big wad on my wife here pretty soon. Maybe just not well, or that kind too. But I was talking like cash wad, like maybe yeah, maybe. Oh, yeah. Looks like I missed my opportunity to do it. Next time I got something going to 100%, I'm taking more profits. Yeah, so basically what happened, for all the money that I put into the market was playing for in 2024 when we had all that run up for altcoins, and Bitcoin was just what, maybe 70,000, 75,000, hanging around through there. It was right before it ran up to almost 100,000 during the Bitcoin conference. That's as much as it went, but altcoins were already starting to lose it by that point. But we were here watching Total 3, and it made the pattern up there, which was telling us, and the MACD crossover, all the signs were there. And I went over everything, and what, it was telling me to sell, but there was that voice of mine that said, okay, we'll sell, we'll take some profits, but there wasn't anything like half or all. It would not have been it would have been the best choice just to get out every damn thing in hindsight. But even just to take 25% or that, I think I ended up maybe taking about 10% maybe, and thought that was good, and it wasn't. In hindsight, I think that's what it equated to. I didn't take enough. And what I did take had to go cover some stuff when things went crazy. So it's execution on the signals that what we do with them. We can see them and identify them and talk about them and call them all this. I called this. What did you do? Well, that's what really matters, right? What did you do? Did you do it? I called short over here. Oh, good for you. Did you take it? And no? Well, why are you bragging about it? What are we teaching there? Oh no, we see a lot of things. Hyperliquid token bomb profits are trade. Says Rara. Whooping these low prices. Wombat says whooping these low prices out the door. Oh, wait a minute. Was that was Nightbot said that. Lifer Law. Oh. He calls all possible options and says, see, called it. And yeah, that's kind of typical. I try not to. Toby Boy says, this is the most underrated crypto and TA channel. Thank you for that. Toby, you get the clap. I'm going to give you the clap. Tina Sillen won't get rid of this stuff. Thank you. Well, it's interesting how you can be bearish on Bitcoin, but yet bullish on all the other altcoins. Immediately think that they're going to fall into a triangle pattern and immediately go to the upside. I mean, it resonates with some people. I mean, it is kind of simple, but if it was just a little bit more accurate, I don't know. I've got nothing more to say. Sometimes I notice some little improvements. Like I've actually seen him recently actually use a bigger trend line instead of trying to squeeze everything into some imaginary triangle that hasn't even formed, hasn't even made any rules that establish trend lines or anything. And that's what patterns are, the trend lines. We can't. So the magic is to draw a triangle and then a big measure move, and that's it. And you can do that real quick, so you can go over a lot of coins. We could do that here too. I could just spend all night and just say, we're going to wait for it to do this. Touch the 21 moving average to the upside. Look. Next coin. Give me your $5. And we do this for everything. But that doesn't take into account these pivot areas up here that say different. But you guys know. And that means that you can have better luck in this market than the people over there that are going off of that. Been forcing myself to take profits whenever possible. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do that very much lately. And it goes like that, yeah. And then, I'm in these spot margin plays. And it's a position trade, so it's like an ongoing thing. Some of these trades I've had open for, over 2 years. I'm not going to use this strategy next time at all, especially not on altcoins. I will on Bitcoin, but I have very few altcoins would I ever want to do that. I learned my lesson this time. But it can be good when the market's going in our favor. But even then, you're taking profits, then eventually just rolling it back in and rolling it. I'm finding myself doing that. Actually, then it gets to be harder to actually take it out so that you have actual real profits. Like, I want to take this, I can actually move this to my bank account now, instead of leaving it in the account to be rolled back and recycled. So yeah, I could definitely do better on that too. But then again, when I can do it, I do it when the market's good, but the market sucked, especially in altcoins. And so there have not been those opportunities like that to do that. Always a triangle. Cooter clap! A cooter clap. Look at that. Got it a cooter clap. Cooter clap. That's funny. All right, so Zcash looking good. Let's go over and take a look at crypto bubbles over here, and let's get a feel for what's actually happening right now with our altcoins on the daily. Hanging in there. They were down 6% last night. They were hanging good last night, and then they lost it. But look, Dash, another one. This one, Dash against Bitcoin, DCR, Decred against Bitcoin. These are the coins that have good fundamentals and good tokenomics. And Dash looked like it gave up everything, right? You look at it against the dollar, and she came down. Also, she's fine. Were you a 786? I went 886. Yes, you were. That was my error. Harmonic. Oh gosh, I got it. The names of these little suckers. This should be a. This is a bullish bat. A bullish. Wait a minute, right? Yes. So the bat pattern, this may bore you or whatever, but if you've probably seen these, because I would see them and I'm, what the hell is that? I don't get that at all. That's weird. What do you mean? What? A bat? What the hell is that? I'm gonna kind of break it down for you right now. From swing low to swing high. This is how you would always see me do everything, right? But I don't know these by these pattern names, but I know these by the actions on that we get reactions off of certain fib levels. We come back and we pull back to the 0.5. Now we could be setting up with that 0.5 for one hellacious AB equals CD, and it could be doing that. And so I always look for that when I do my analysis. And you'll see me do this a lot, and that's where you'll see me get these other higher targets, right? And I would still do that, right? And for a 0.5, they can get kind of interesting, but right up here in this area. And I'll still do it now because they're still viable targets just by that price action. We'll put a blue one up there. So if we're in an AB equals C pattern, I'd be looking for those ideas. But as we're starting to bounce off of that fib area, the 0.5, remember the 0.5? So this is pulling from swing low to swing high. And now I'm going to get into the fibs here about pulling them in the other direction. This is why we use two directions, okay? We're getting more information to play this, okay? Some people don't use two directions, and they don't understand why you would need to or should. But if you're in harmonics, you will be using two directions, okay? In most of the cases, unless you're using some cheaters like I got. I got some cheaters out there going to the negatives. Sometimes they help. Now, since we know we went down to 0.5, now we want to see where this ranked from pulling from top to bottom. Where do we retrace from? Not quite the 786, but right at it. It qualifies for that. It's about 765. And maybe, yeah, let's make sure we got that. So that's within the parameters of this bat pattern. And so once we determine that meets the qualifications, then we've got a very solid idea about which Fibonacci area that it would come down from this original pull, which is the 786 for the bat pattern. And that's all these things are. And the thing, if you're looking at it from this aspect, now when I'm playing the fibs, man. I'm playing the 0.5. I'm looking at this and still trying to look at these other areas and all this other stuff. And you can make plays within here. But the harmonic traders that mostly do this, they're kind of like the LOA people, and they'll sit around and wait, and they're waiting for the confirmation before they get in. So they don't necessarily play. Some of them do, I'm sure, but when you hear them talk about it or and everything and draw all these patterns, it's usually after the fact, and maybe sometimes they'll do it predictive and go ahead and draw the thing out before price action gets there, and that's what I did on the one for Bitcoin, which we invalidated because we came down below this low leg of the D leg, right? But does that help the harmonics make any sense? What I just showed you, does that help that make more sense? Can you give me some feedback in the chat? Does that half-ass explain kind of what's going on there? But here's the cool part. After it confirms, then we can work on getting our targets, right? We'll go from A all the way down to the bottom, and the targets you're looking for, the routine targets, the standard targets for the harmonics are these two. These are your shorter term, your take ones, take twos, or whatever. Your early profit taking at these levels, the 382 and the 618. And those are areas that we'll probably bump our head in and probably have to pull back and stair step our way through. That's why they make good targets. So we're looking from 50. Where was this? At the bottom, 786 Fibonacci up to here, 48% gains of Dash. That's against the dollar. Now imagine what it did against Bitcoin, right? Yeah, see where I'm going? I'm still working on that aspect, the Bitcoin aspect. We're just on this chart. But from down here to our next target, 82% gains. And these harmonic patterns had an extremely high hit rate. Better than the Bukowski, the traditional technical analysis patterns. They have got really, the harmonics are where it's at. If it's all about frequency, vibration, and all that, if you're into all that, this would make a lot of sense. This would make a lot of sense. Things traveling in waves. Geometry and physics. It's weird. But it's math, and so it is math behind the geometry. You can't always say that about putting everything into a triangle, though. I mean, they can say it, but they can't prove it. This math is definitely provable. All right, so those are the two basic targets. The other targets are right up here. So we're still looking at 786 and 886 here, and then I got these. But as a rule of thumb, you're looking to come back up to the C area and the A area for targets. I recommend go with the Fibonacci's because that would be your best. You ever notice when the level to level people, nothing against that, but this is why you don't see me do that. This is why I don't go level to level. A lot of them, they will put the levels out, right? They'll do a horizontal line at the levels. Not all of them, but some of them, okay? But this concept, this is a common mistake that I see with that. Not from any teachers that I can think of, but just as general as it was taught to me. I kept wondering, okay, that's what I was taught. Okay, well, that's our target. But you ever notice it gets up, but it just don't quite get there? Oh man, I had the sale target there, but it didn't get hit. Or even worse, it gets up, but it goes up it more of it. Oh man, but it kept going. Well, sometimes you get that out of the fibs too. But you're less likely to go up to that same area, and then you know, I think one mentor was saying, well, just front run it. You got to front run it a little bit. Front run it a little bit. And I'm like, well, by how much? How does? I mean, now you're guessing. I mean, it might. Okay, I understand. But if you go with the fibs, you don't encounter that as often. You actually have better luck of getting those targets hit. Every once in a while, there might be an anomaly there, but then you got to ask yourself, well, was it on me? Did I pull my fibs correctly? Was I looking at it correctly? You'll go back and check. You may not line it up or something. It could be something like that, an operator error, or maybe you would read it as a sign. I read them now. Like if it doesn't come up to the 786, well, that's a sign of weakness now. And if it goes up past it, well, now I'm seeing that as a sign of strength. And that's even helpful there, right? We're looking at for this guy right over here. We're going to make a higher high for the moment. And just a tiny bit more. We go with just a little bit more right there. I'm going to come back to the chat because I asked for some feedback and I was serious about it. So imagine a world where Zcash or Dash reaches $169. What did he say? I said, imagine a world where Dash hits $169. It's got some legs. It's got some legs. $163. So those are me good higher high targets. 134 is on the radar. And we already got up to here. All right, so imagine this Dash, even where it's at right now, which you want to look for an entry now. You can get a pullback, but coming back up to, even if you FOMO in now, 8% gains, or if you're already in, could be a possible another 35% gains to the next target at 116. From here, I like to come down to the 15-minute, and now we see, oh, look, we're getting a pullback because we got rejected over here, right? It's doing what it should have done at the target. That's why we have it as a target area, right? Because we didn't expect it to pull back. And we can apply our other stuff, trend lines, love trend lines, any kind of pattern ideas that we got going on over here that the trend lines reveal, which is a nice one. We got an open and broadening pattern after we made a rounded spot. And what happens with these rounded things, right? We look for things to squeeze on a rounded bottom, a squeeze, and an expansion phase. We didn't get the butt crack. Okay. And all it did was come up and test this high. It needs to come out and take it out, so it needs to pull back a little bit. More than likely, 382 Fibonacci. We had a couple of steps to get up there, so it wasn't a straight up run. If it's a straight up run, I'd probably look at more for a 0.5. But as general, we're looking for the 382 Fibonacci, my green one right here. And if we can get the pull off of that, that target takes us right up here, almost where I got the trend line. Just ironically had it stop and keep you there. That's if we can pull here, we got that target. I need to make that dotted because it's not official yet. At 107. If we do pull back further, we can go with that. But there's a possibility it might come back to the bottom of the trend line. It might come back to 76. Could. Retest this other area here. Okay, we got all those possibilities that could happen. The thing is to look for a place to start building the bag of it if you're trying to play this one and take advantage of it when it does get to 107, 116, possibly 131, or 169 for the longer term plays there. Because remember, we got this guy right here. So I'm going to take a picture of this one. We're going to share it over into our trading group. This is Dash. I guess Tether. Swing targets or upside. All right, let me come over to the chat and see if I got some feedback. I got no feedback. I want to see the heat chart. Triangle to the downside. $99 triangles for life. That would be true. I do believe that would be true. I believe that's all that you would get out of that is how to draw triangles. I do. Listen, the strategy is not bad. It's not bad at all. There's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes it's just not applied as well. But we're not always in flag season. Everything's not always a flag. And you're missing, if you go with that with a flag bias, you're missing out on some other things that are actually really going on there. And, maybe it works for a lot of people, so I can't diss it. And everybody's got to start somewhere and learn something. 200 moving average, that's standard. So what's being taught and what's being sold in that group is, it's like the first things you should learn in any kind of course, like the first few chapters of the book or, first few pages of Wikipedia should go over those concepts with you about them, especially 200 moving average and all that. Multiple time frames. That takes a little getting used to, I think, when you're first starting out and stuff. But man, that's a big help right there, using multiple time frames. Just working down from the largest to the smallest. And you got to remember that because in these trading groups out there, they're teaching, I don't know if they're still doing it, but they were teaching the opposite. They were talking how the 1 minute's influencing the 5 minute and how that's influencing this and that and that. And I mean, your generals that give command are the bigger time frames. The smaller ones can have some influence up to a point. It's a big wave that comes down to the small ones, and then some of it comes back up, and it's not enough to affect the big wave, right? It just kind of washes out, right? They get momentum, and it comes back. You see it come up maybe to the 4 hour, and then it washes out or something. Does that make sense? We're starting to get into all this wavy talk. Yes, says stacks, please. We want to look at stacks. QT is a huge flag on a large time scale. Could break out big if it all works out on the market. We didn't look at QT against the dollar. We looked at it against Bitcoin, I think. Let's take a look at that. I want to take a look at stacks next. He said on a bigger time frame. I don't see a flag. I don't see a flag at all. I see a channel. So as a general rule, if you pull your Fibonacci, your flag should not. They're invalid, pretty much invalid after they go past 382. Go by that rule, and you'll have a much more luck with any flag ideas or any pennant ideas. If they break the 382, you're doing something else. You said on bigger time frames, right? I don't see it. I see a channel. I see a definite channel. There might be a flag on the smaller time frame. Or definition, it might be semantics. Or definition of time frames, large and time frames might be different. Okay, I can see consolidation here. I see a trend line here. I see a retest of that. I like that. Hope it holds. It's in the green cloud. Let's see, trend lines. You make an argument that you lost a trend line, though. She's in a weird ass area, to be honest with you. Alright, so you also got I got this channel, which is I think what we're doing right now. See how it touches back over here, and then we got this touch, that touch. We got 3 touch areas there. It's valid. And it was also doing an expanding thing. This is there's so many, you can see so many different ways to do it, and they're all, every one of these is valid. Every one, the channel height is valid, the falling wedgie is valid, the open and broadening pattern, they're all valid. You can have, you and your best friends or best trader friends out there could all be looking at totally different drawings on your chart, but everyone will be valid and can play out. So this, I think, is a good representation if you're just going by the rules. In the 4 hour, I cut through a body there. I'm going to include that body. I got these 2 bodies over here, so right there, giving me a signal in the wick. So open and broadening pattern. Now these have a 60% chance to continue to the upside, especially if price is coming from the bottom there. Because it's a continuation pattern, and you can see right there, that little guy, 60% chance to go up. These, by the way, if you've been told that whatever pattern is 50-50 pattern, or this one, they're if you listen, they all tell you every pattern goes up 68% of the time, or it breaks down 68% of the time. That is lazy TA. That's lazy study. That's one of the things that clues me in that they don't really know what the hell they're talking about. For real. Here's more accurate. This is Thomas Bukowski's in-depth studies have presented these numbers, and more accurate than somebody that tells you 68% for everything, pulling a number of their ass because that's what they were told in the trading group they came from before they started their own and stuff like that. You get a lot of stuff regurgitated out here that could be more accurate. Could be more accurate. I'll try to show you where the accurate sources come from. Thomas Bukowski, thepatternsight.com. And I guess we're having a 2-hour stream again. Alright, so there's some boobage in front of one of them. Which one is it? I can't even see it. I don't know. Oh, I think it's the falling wedge. Is she standing in front of the one that says 68%? Jenny, you're in front. Don't move though. Don't run wrong. Let's take a look at stacks. This is stacks against the dollar. Look how cheap that is, 36 cents. A long time ago, had a dream about a crypto coin, and I saw the logo, and it was a martini glass. I think the colors were green. But anyway, somehow that translated over to being stacks. That's a crazy story, but ever since I had that dream, I just felt like it was telling me I need to start paying attention. This is the last cycle too. Well, I'm a stacks. But I think in my dream it was more like the bottom of it was kind of like that too. I don't know. I just took it as a weird kind of, because it was it was like this, and of course there was the girl with the olive or whatever in it, and it looked like a grasshopper. It was green, and there was, I don't know, it was weird, but anyway, it made me, when I woke up I was like, I need to pay attention to stacks. And I looked into it later on, not that cycle. I paid attention to it, but I didn't know you could stack it and earn Bitcoin, but you can. And shoot, knowing this thing can get up to $3.76 where it was March of 2024, when I should have sold every bit I had, but mine was staking. So You got to give up that idea while you're staking. Unless you take it out while it's on its way up. If it already got up there and I didn't unstake it, I think it takes, what, a week or two? I don't know. Maybe up to 3 weeks to unstake it. I can't remember. Would have missed out on that even. But it's made so much Bitcoin. It's paid for itself in Bitcoin returns. So for as long as because I got it when it was cheap. Was it in 2022, 23? All 3 here. I was getting some stacks and staking it. And here we are at 36 cents, and I'm trying to build up another little. It's not a huge bag for what I got to work with and can throw into it, but I'm getting another bag of it to try to put over there to stake at this price. Even in a bear market, I mean, we're in bear market prices right now. In the bear markets, this thing was down to maybe in 2020 COVID areas, we were at 9 cents at November. This time 3 years ago. Around 18, 19 cents. So we're in bear market areas here for this coin. So for it to give you a benefit of generating Bitcoin, I think it's 10% APY. And do it when nobody else is doing it and you get most of the APY and stuff. Yeah. So love it. And then it does go up. Unstake it this time, of course. I definitely would think about that. So I could buy some more cheaper when it comes back down. So if we ever do get a run on it, I do plan on unstaking a portion of it, maybe all of it, I don't know. Because I know she can come back down to these areas, right? But this one's been a winner for staking and everything. So it's mitigated any kind of loss from price action. Well, that bag is totally 100% free, paid for by Bitcoin that it generated. So this isn't on the daily. It's just at a good place, man. It's just at a good place, and we can even refine this more. Several different. I'll go from here. It's just riding right above the best bargain price ever, because it has not. Ever since the big drop, it has not really come back in there. It got down to 33 cents. So might it come back down in here? Will it go lower or will it hold? Looks like it's trying to bounce right off that trend line right now. Or not the trend line, the fib line right now. And notice how that fib kind of targets this little W shape we got there. It got right there on the neckline of it. And that seems to be right. This is the beauty of the fibs. For catching, especially the 236 for catching the local support resistance area. 236 is amazing. So it works on the bottoms and also works on the tops. When we pull it the other way, that's why. And now the people that don't pull it the other way would probably be looking at the 786 Fibonacci to come back, or the 88, well, probably 786, and they don't line up the same. Close, but this is more accurate to do it the other way. All right, that's the they haven't been down that rabbit hole yet, and you know, maybe they will, maybe they won't. You can't tell some people that they're doing something wrong because it fits within what they're doing. And there's another one of my earlier YouTube friends, I guess, which I haven't seen him streaming. I don't even know if he streams anymore. But he would always pull his fibs in one direction. And to me it was backwards, but his system, you know, he was used to how it responded, because same thing with moving averages, you know. You can get something that will work for you, but you may not see all of what's beyond the door. There's another room right over there full of prizes, and it's just waiting for you to walk in. But you know, hey man, you can stay in this room if you want. There's a lot of cool stuff here too, but right here behind that door, I saw some boobies. I'm just saying. It's really cool. I'm just so. Sometimes it's good to go and stretch your limits and learn something that other people say, and you're like, I don't know about that. No, my way's better. I know my way is good. I'm good. No, I've got it. Listen, this is how I learned that from whatever, and this is how I'm doing it. So we get too stuck in that. It's easy to do that. We all got a bias that we have to fight through. You know, watch another person. If you're an analyst, and you're like, I don't agree. No, I don't I'm gonna type. You are wrong. You should be doing this. No, everybody's on their own journey. As long as they're not just throwing something out that's just bullshit. That's what pisses me off. That's what, when they're doing it and it's just sloppy. They haven't studied. They got something, but it's they're and anyway. That's it. I'm coming back to the chat. Oh, we're going to look at stacks. Let's get to where we're through with stacks. So I'm the 1 hour. I like the 4 hour. So she's in a nice little. Looks like we're trying to get some kind of bottoming pattern formed here. Hopefully we're at bottom. It's a higher low from here. We can make that argument. We got to see this thing. I think it could still come down lower, of course, and follow this trend line. So it's trying to do something. We don't have our confirmations here, but let's take a look at it on stacks against Bitcoin. Stacks against Bitcoin, because I think that's really where it counts. I think looking at your coins against Bitcoin will actually tell if they're strong or not. And because if they're moving against Bitcoin, well, they're going to move against the dollar too. And so I want to get more into the habit of checking these against Bitcoin, because we're missing it if we don't. We're missing our opportunities if we don't to see the strength of the coin. Should we be in it or not? I'm making a rule to look at them, if I can, against Bitcoin before seriously considering even putting dollars in it, right? Nice falling wedge. 68% of the time, this breaks to the upside. And that's actually correct on this one. And actually, as a little tidbit of information, if they're a shallow one like this, they perform better, according to Thomas Bukowski. He says to think of them as a diving board. The longer and drawn out that they are, the more flex you get, the more bounce that you can get off of these little things. So the steeper ones, if they're like really steep and they look like this, we stretch it out. And the ones that look like this, oh look, it's a falling wedge, 68% chance it breaks to the upside. We're going to the moon. No, these are the worst performers right here. It's the ones that are very shallow. They kind of. So all you got to do is just scroll out, and then it's shallow, right? That's what sucks about trading, because you can say, well, that's kind of subjective, but I'm gonna say within reason. It's a rule of thumb, a guideline. To me, I think this one is kind of. Why do you look like on the 4 hour? I consider this a shallow one. I consider this to be a shallow one. All right, let's get some targets here. Oh gosh, that's way too up. You dropped a lot. When was this? That was a year ago. Well, you got a lot of work to catch up there.
Bitcoin
18 people hanging out. Thank you for being here. It's getting late. We went over 2 hours again. Broke my rule. Broke my guideline. We're still in the coulda, woulda, shoulda, bought more zone. That could be good. So again, 0.000. Oh, I need zeros. 5 zeros and 382. So that's 3,800 Satoshis right now. And it could go up to 5,200 Satoshis for our next target area. And could go up to 7,000 Satoshis. Is that right? Yeah, 7. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. I'm taking that back. It's 381 Satoshis right now. It's only 300 Satoshis right now for stacks. This is where you can make multiples. Oh my gosh. That's beautiful. I love it. A few cycles ago, I was looking for coins that were just a few sats. I just had a little knack of getting with them when they go on their little runs and stuff, and whatever ranges they would be in, playing that range with them. And you buy, and I didn't even know how to chart properly or anything back then either. I just know that I could see where it's hung around for lows and where it hung around for highs, and I would buy it when it was close to there and sell it when it was up there. And I was rolling over, and I was making Bitcoin doing that. It was on a coin called Red Coin. And you guys remember it? It was attached to Reddit a long time ago. Well, I think it's REDD. It's not even, I'm sure it's still out there, but it's a dead coin, dead project. I know the altcoins don't die, they just fade away. The blockchain, I think, is going to be out there forever. contract address. I don't think you can delete it out once it's created. They just fade away. Nobody cares about them anymore, right? Look at the 236 area. The woulda, coulda, shoulda bought some below on the bigger time frame is at the 786 fib. That makes a great little target. Look at these beautiful target areas right here. Think about this. An amount of Bitcoin put in here. Let's say it's 0.1. Let's say we're balling. Or let's say we're 0.01. 0.01 Bitcoin put in here. It's 34% gains on your Bitcoin up to the first target, to 520 Satoshis. We get back up to this area that we were at in April and July of this year. Oh my God, we'll never make it back up there. It's over. That's 80%. 0.01 Bitcoin would become almost 0.02. You almost doubled it. By the time we get up here to start exiting, I wish I'd bought more when it was cheaper, below 850 Satoshis. I wish I had a method to tell me to do that. And you do. The 236 tells you where that is. It draws the line for you. 100, you would have doubled it. 121%. 121%. You doubled it and then some to 850 Satoshis. 0.01 Bitcoin would become 0.022 Bitcoin. That's not a bad come up, people. These are the OG plays. This is how they played it back in 2016, 2017. This is what was back in the Bitcoin coin talk and altcoin talk forums back before we had social media. This is what they were saying to do. The OGs were religious about saying the special. Well, yeah, they were the Bitcoin maxis, but in the altcoin talk, they were kind of they would talk about this, about playing the altcoins to grow your Bitcoin. The people in Bitcoin talk kind of frown down on some of those forums. They're like a lot of maxis over there. Matt Kaiser is probably over there. Max Kaiser is probably a big one over there. Roger Ver used to be over there. I think a lot of the big names were over there. That was way back in the day. But this is the thing. This is why this was the mantra for altcoins, to use them to grow Bitcoin. And over the cycles, we got away from that, and especially since stable coins came along with Ethereum. We got out of the Bitcoin mindset, because it's confusing as hell to think, well, why is that equal? You can't. You could grow your Bitcoin, but you didn't know how much you were actually making dollar-wise, and not that it even really matters, because all that Bitcoin's worth a lot more now than what it was then. Stupid, why'd you sell? Anyway, this is how you grow your Bitcoin with altcoins. This is how it's supposed to work. And this is what altcoin season is for, when altcoins outperform Bitcoin. And some of these are showing signs that they have a possibility to outperform it, even if it's just short term. We don't care. It doesn't have to keep on outperforming Bitcoin. I don't think any altcoin is going to just continue to outperform Bitcoin. They will have their short spurts. And if you can take advantage of those short spurts, you can increase the size of your Bitcoin bags. Now, wouldn't you rather have like a stack of Bitcoin after seeing how it performs over years to hold? This is a way to do it. This is a way to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, might as well go for a new record. Do a 3 hour. Oh no, I can't. I got to get up early tomorrow too. Do something with the family. Swede's another one that looks like this too. Swede gets BTC. Swede has been beaten down a little bit. Gets Bitcoin here. Just clean it up a little bit. Well, we found a lot of them that have the potential, and then we've seen a lot of them that already have. Now, right now, I would kind of recommend the ones that already have as they pull back for support levels, such as your Zcash, your Zens. I don't even think we looked at Zen, but that would be one to put on your list. Aave looks interesting. But those are the top three that I can mention. Zcash, Zen, and Aave look good to me. And ICP look kind of interesting. But I think Zcash is still clearly the best winner right there. And Dash was good. Dash. Don't fade Dash. So I gotta say, so far the strongest ones I'm seeing are Zen, Dash, and Zcash, with the possibility front runner of Aave and ICP. because it looks like this one can still be coming down here a little bit more to support. She ain't ready against Bitcoin just yet. Breaking out past this trend line, but she ain't ready to do it just yet. Not ready yet. Now, SWI against the dollar might look different, but then, nope. It's down at a double bottom. Hopefully, if it doesn't go any lower, it can level out here and you make a double bottom, and that's bullish. I guess that box is not needed. Their boxes suck. There's a major move down here to 108 that we could be going. Oh yeah, I remember you now, darling. All right, so you did okay. You might be able to squeeze out and not do it. Okay, let's go with 786. This one might loosely fall into the parameters of a harmonic pattern, but when they start loosely falling into them, I don't have as much, not as much stock that they will play out like they're supposed to, right? The more that they fall within confines of sticking to the actual fibs, the better results you get, from what I've seen. But there's this, I got a frog in my throat there. 158, is that what? What are you? Is it 157? There you are. That's over here too. So if we can't bounce here, I would be looking for the lower one at 169. That's about 20 cents lower, possibly. Because I think we might have a possible bat pattern here. Maybe. No. But you did 786. We're looking. You're not really a set. Yeah, close. You didn't quite do it. She didn't really line up. But there's a little something there. I don't know if she qualifies for a harmonic. I'd be suspect on that. But still, 786. Look, she made a symmetrical triangle. And she could be doing what I call the rabbit run for patterns, right? Where they come down and then they right back up in and they just kind of end up ranging. It's usually what I see out of these guys, right? They're not bullish as, and in the trading groups, it's like, look, symmetrical triangle, bro. And give a measure move and go up and see that carried over for a while. Until finally you're like, no, man. I get burned on these every damn time. And they can, man. They can chew you up. This is a pattern to chew you up. That's how I define a symmetrical triangle. Never met one that I trusted. Hate these old bastards. They suck. Come on. Never met a symmetrical triangle that I like. But I like these moving averages. I like how the bigger ones here are good and can tell us that we can go back up to around the $3 area. That's kind of cool. So it might get down here and bounce back and come back. Well, we can fib this out too and look for the 0.5, but come back up for a retail. Do whatever a symmetrical triangle does. I would look at 150, 160 area for swing. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for this turkey to get out of here. This turkey is done. Thank you for hanging out, 21 people. Go to the end screen, listen to a few songs here, and I'll see you on the next one. But hopefully the Bitcoin pairs, maybe that resonated with you. Some of the concepts we talked about tonight. Because there's some strength there. Zcash, Zen, Dash, Aave, and ICP look kind of interesting. See you on the next one. Oh, yeah, it's time to change that music. Let me see if I can find some of the new songs that I just recently got. I've got a couple that are promotional. Let's see if I can find them. Where did you put them? Then I got some that are not. Let's see, where are you at?
that grind faded. Now I'm bold with gold. Charting like a star. Moonshots every night. Solana flips dimensions. Feeling out of sight. Bitcoin locked tight. Cold fall so sweet. Death for yield stacking. Dancing to the beat. Blockchain's my stage. Profits light the sky. Early exit calling.
This one's called Moonshot Energy.
Chasing shadows on the screen. Stars were about to align. Moonshot calling my name. Felt like it was time. Time to shine. Woke to the charts, popping hard on overdrive. Promise fan the bag, said we level up live. Nice in the DM, squad yelling diamond hands. Bought the hype on leverage, moon under command. Coffee hot, wife's vibe strong, kids dreaming big screens. Hype train full speed, chasing those crypto dreams. FOMO in the air, dips looking like buys. Red candles flashing, but we see the prize. We waited for the moon, yeah, dip, but we rise up. Chasing echoes, now we flip the script tonight. FOMO to the wind, turn the dust to gold dust. Silence after crash, we crank the volume up. Moonshot energy, slipping, grab it tight. What's sinking the sand, we launching to the light. Rocket blast. Squad text by the dip, now it's fire in the chat. Rain on the roof, now there's gains coming back. Mom calls with the love, you got this, my star. Brothers laugh, turns hype, told you you go far. Screen glows with the green, every candle's a flex. Futures in our hands, next plays the apex. Built a castle from cold walls, shook but we stand. Silent screams, turn them to anthems across the land. Eyes in the mirror spark, kids laugh to the fuel. Fire never stalls, we break every rule.
I'm trying to let you guys see what I try to let you guys see what I see. Sometimes we get distracted, sometimes we miss some things just because there's a lot of other stuff going on, but I do try to bring you something.
Moonshot energy, watch us multiply. Turn the dust to gold, volume crank to the max. Silence after crash, we the comeback track.
Alright, there's more songs, but I couldn't find them. But that's one of the new ones that's out. Or not out yet, but one of the new ones. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I'll see you again tomorrow night. We're going to do Saturday. I'll see you Saturday night. I expect them to play games with altcoins. They usually like to play games with altcoins over the weekend. We never did leave off with Bitcoin over here. Bitcoin's at 96,000. Did you fall or what? What are we doing right here? I'm still going up. I'm still going up. Bitcoin's still doing good. Here on the 6-minute time frame. Bitcoin is making a tiny little flag to the upside. Here on the 6-minute. That's actually, this is a good place to look for a flag. If you're ever going to look for a flag here, that's not a bad place. It's those toppy areas that will bite you with the flags. Got some resistance up ahead here. It's 96.3. See if we can get up to 98. Come on, Bitcoin, do something. We're trying to see if Bitcoin can make it up to 100,000 again. Good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. See you on the next one. You said that 3 times, and you're still here. Just wait on you to hit the button, man.
Blockchain vibes, freedom's a groove. Our life shines, watch us move.